Every mother thinks her son is innocent, until the police knock on her door. My son's name is Ethan. He was the kind of boy people pointed at and said, "You're lucky to have him." Top of his class, polite to neighbors, always smiling in photos. He used to bring me coffee in the morning before school and say, "Don't worry, Mom. I'll make you proud one day." And I believed him. I believed every single word. For 17 years, I thought I knew my child. But I guess every monster starts out looking human, doesn't he? It started small. He became quieter. He stopped eating dinner with me. When I'd ask how school was, he'd just shrug and say, "Fine." I thought it was just teenage stuff, growing up, pulling away. I didn't see it as a warning sign. Then one night, he came home late. Past midnight. I was already half asleep when I heard the door creak open. He tried to sneak into his room, but I caught a glimpse of his hands. They were shaking. "Ethan?" I said. "What happened?" He froze, then smiled, that soft fake smile. "Just helping a friend fix his car," he said. But I noticed something. There was blood on his sleeve. Not much, but enough to make my stomach drop. He brushed past me, muttering something about being tired. And I told myself, it's probably nothing. He's a good kid. He wouldn't lie to me. Except he did. 2 days later, the police came. 2 officers standing at my front door, serious faces, one holding a clipboard. They asked if Ethan was home. I said no, he'd left for school. Then they asked if I knew where he was last Friday night. My mouth went dry. I said, "With me." I lied. Instinctively. Because even then, part of me wanted to protect him. They thanked me, handed me a card, and said they'd be in touch. And that's when I started to panic. That evening, I went into his room. It used to smell like laundry and cologne. Now it smelled like metal, cold and sharp. His desk drawer was locked, but I found the key taped under his keyboard. Inside were things no mother should ever find. A pocket knife, a lighter, a notebook, filled with drawings, scribbles, strange sentences like, "Sometimes they deserve it." No one ever notices the quiet ones. I wanted to scream, but instead I just sat there, holding that notebook, and realized my son was a stranger. The next day the police came back. This time with a warrant. They showed me the footage. Grainy black and white. A figure in a hoodie, dragging someone, into the woods behind our neighborhood. And then he looked up. Just for a second. And it was Ethan. My little boy. I think I stopped breathing. My hands went cold. My ears started ringing. And the room spun. I remember whispering, "No, that's not him. That's not my son." But it was. They arrested him the next morning. I didn't even get to say goodbye. He didn't look scared when they took him. He didn't even look sorry. He just stared at me and said, "You shouldn't have looked in the drawer." That's when I realized he knew. He knew I'd find it one day. And maybe in some twisted way he wanted me to. The news spread fast. Neighbors stopped talking to me. People at the grocery store whispered. They looked at me like I was the one who did it. And maybe they were right, because I was the one who raised him. I keep replaying everything in my head. The bedtime stories. The school plays. The times he said "I love you." Were those real? Or was he just pretending? Even back then? Sometimes at night, I still hear his footsteps. I still expect him to walk through the door and say, "Mom, what's for dinner?" But the house is quiet now. Too quiet. I thought I raised a good man. Turns out, I raised a stranger. And now, every time I look in the mirror, I ask myself the same question. Was the monster always there? And I just refused to see it? If you were me, would you still call him your son?